Greetings and salutations, and welcome back once again to Waterloo and Wavre. I am your host as always. Now, without further ado, let us see what the French have gotten up to this turn. He's throwing his cavalry about. Guns, more cavalry, specifically dragoons. So he's creating sort of a screen of cavalry. Here comes the infantry. The arrival of Grouchy is going to force some changes potentially to my plans. Not much, I admit, but some. Again, this is all the forces that are marching along here. Cavalry's moved. And so here comes the cannon fire. He brings up the gun. He's blasting my poor Oxfords. My poor 52nd Oxford. That was painful. All right. Three losses. 6. Yep, there we go. Here comes the cannon fire. Oof. Those skirmishers are definitely going to rout after that. Okay, he's attacking my line of skirmishers. Makes sense, he wants to drive the line back. Alright. Units have been released. The first corps of the Prussians, 28 units undisorder out of 59. 3 units rally out of 7. 10 units recover fatigue out of 82. Units routed. 3rd, 14th Buckinghamshire, 1st A of the 52nd, 1st B of the 52nd, and the 1st of the 51st West Riding. And 4 units resupply, so in this case it is all skirmishers. Yeah, it looks like it's all skirmishers that routed. Which, yeah, I'm not surprised, all things considered. Not at all surprised. But as you can see, he sort of forced in my skirmisher line. So, without further ado, let's start with the artillery. You can shoot at them. Bolton's battery. Yeah, Bolton's battery is not going to be able to do a whole lot. But anything is better than nothing. Bean's Royal Horse Guns. You will shoot at them. Lloyd can't shoot. Ramsey can. Ramsey is going to shoot at these guard that are pushing forward. Mercer, you are to do the same. Just blast them in the face. Sandham. Sandham, you are to blast them. Cleves KGL battery. Ross's Royal Horse. I lose a gun. Its crew obviously got sniped by those skirmishers in return, so not worth it. Sinclair's. You're going to shoot at them. Smith. You will shoot at them. Wyatt's. You're going to shoot at them. You will shoot at those guns there. Knock out another gun. You will go there and plink at them. While I can, I totally should not have. Out of order as usual. What can you see? You can see them. That's about it. So you'll blast them because they are nice and close. And Lloyd can't see anything, so he is not going to shoot. So that's the artillery dealt with, so let's do Waterloo first. Let's deal with this first. You are falling back into the village. They are going there. You will come along here. Troops of the Oxfords. The King's. You are King's German Legion. So the King's Germans are gonna sort of look to make a line there. So I could move forward my Hanoverians, but the Hanoverians would suffer at the hands of the French cavalry again. What's my losses like at the moment? Pretty bad in the cavalry. It's the 49 guns that I've lost. That is really bad. I do at least still have most of General Adams' brigade in reserve, which is 2nd and 3rd Battalion of the 95th, and is it 2nd and 3rd? Yeah, I think it's 2nd and 3rd Battalions of the 95th. And then the 1st Battalion of the 71st Highlanders. So, for this, we are going to shoot there. It's not going to do a whole lot, but potentially enough. As I continue to try and just drive back some of these skirmishers. Every one of them shot is a bonus. Especially if I'm causing more casualties to them than the other way round. You are 1st Brigade. Yeah, so you're part of... You, I'm actually going to push there. I'm going to put you with the other part of the 1st Foot Guards. Deliberately to try and buff their resistance against this inevitable French assault that is about to happen. Because there's nothing I can do to really stop it at this point. Him driving all my skirmishers back saw to that. You're going to shoot them. I do have one other. I suppose I could stack it with one more chunk of guards. Shove more guards into the position, so when it does come, it's not going to be, quote, as effective as perhaps it should be. You're going to turn. Turning so you can see there. You lot can dominate that area, so that's fine. You are going to shoot them in the face. We'll slowly chip away at the guard that's in my face. Shoot them. Further along, we've got the skirmishers doing their thing again. You are King's German Legion, so I should have you somewhere else, but try and plink at those guns with the rifles. Yeah, I figured as much. Figured it wouldn't do all that much. Turn and form line. Horse guns, divisional guns. They are routed, so they need to come this way. They're both disordered. So let's have a look-see. Yep, we'll try and reorganise them. But just to ensure that they do, they are going to move that way. Oh, they're light brigades, not line brigade. Avant-garde is perfectly fine, they're fine. Get you moving that direction so you can try and rally next to the rest of the major bearing. Your unit's back that way. Yeah, unfortunately I've got chunks of the 1st Hanoverian Brigade back here. So I'm going to have to ease these back into a position. Alright, on to the Prussians. Alright. Those boys are there looking at them. Detach your skirmishers, gentlemen. So we've got these coming forward. We'll bring up the guns. The 15th Regiment will be moving up. And now we bring up its supply wagons. The 4th Corps artillery is going to move forward. This cavalry is to head this way and regroup together and face the oncoming troops of Grouchy. Over here we're going to plink away. You're low ammo, so you can't do that. Jaeger detachment. So, yeah. What's he got in the lead? Dragoons, some dragoons, more dragoons. Alright, we can... Let's get these guns moving forward. I want the 4th Corps guns sort of safe and in position, ready for when the 4th Corps as a whole releases. Which should be next turn. At which point they are all going to start coming this direction. I think I'm going to use the entire 4th Corps around Marinsart, and then the 1st Corps around the Bois de Paris. So, and then the 2nd Corps, and possibly even the 3rd Corps as well, they are going to be playing the delaying role as they battle with Grouchy. Alright, Stuttnagel, Krausenbeck. Let's have a look-see. So, 3rd Corps. That's the 10th Brigade. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we'll bring forward the cavalry. Graf Lottenham, Hober, and von Marwitz. you are going to continue to return towards the line. You've had your look, you found the French, so this lot under Borka is still fixed, so let's do. So we got Tresco, von Roda, or just Roda anyway. Let's not clog up the roads with the cavalry, because that's one advantage with cavalry. I can have them off the side, off the roads, and it's not going to, quote, really affect much. So, von Steinmetz. The 24th Regiment. The various Jaeger detachments. Here we have Oberst Kleiss with his Westphalian Landwehr. We'll bring up the guns. As between, who do you belong to? You're First Corps, aren't you? But you belong to 4th Brigade, which is over there. So the 1st Brigade's wagons will come forward. Now we'll get these boys. So Perch 2 is coming forward. We'll get them moved forward. Second Westphalian Landwehr. Alright, Seydlitz. So this is Jagau's brigade. That's following up. Get them moving. Get that moved, and then we got the final elements. So we got the 4th Brigade's movement forward. The 4th Brigade is small, but then it was battered at Ligny, so this lot are just gonna hold on the side of the road and wait for the rest, or wait for the 4th Brigade to pass by. Now we bring up all the guns. So 14 of them, and we bring up the Pioneers and the First Corps wagons. And then all of these. 3rd Corps. So, the first Prussian Corps is en route. We have got to hold until it arrives in, what would it be? Maybe an hour? It'll take maybe an hour or so, so they won't arrive until about 5:30. So that will be 4 turns, say 4 or 5 turns. They won't be visible in for 4 or 5 turns. So what have we spotted? Guard guns, infantry, guns, more guns. Yep, we got a nice good look at them, so we're gonna bugger off. Now let's just make sure there is nothing else I want to do. They will form line there. They will form line there. They will form line there. The orange Nassauans, they are going to fall back. 27th Jaeger. I didn't shoot you, did I? Let's just make sure I've shot everyone. Oh, you got rifles. Huh. You're not doing anything, but you got them. Alright. So let's think. He sends forward a column here. So yeah, I am going to shift them over into that hex as well. Shift them along, which will allow me to shift these forward and those there. At which point I make use of the 1st Hanoverian Brigade to hold there. You're in effective command? Yes, you are. Optina, you go that way. And then I've obviously got Lambert and Best just behind the Nassauans. We'll form a line with these King's German Legion, so Duplat. What else? Still, all things considered, my line is holding, which is a good thing. It may not be holding spectacularly, but it is holding. If the French come this way, they're going to run into this lot. You can't see. Not worth charging you anywhere. Because 1, you can't see. 2, there's nothing to charge. I will turn you though, so you'll charge this way if you get the opportunity. Might as well shoot them. Right, what can... Right, he's got horse guns there. That's the problem. 7th National Militia. We're going to be plinking at you. And then the 27th Jaeger. When they are ready. So yeah, first corps is on its way. It's got a while to go yet. It will be the 4th corps that will arrive first, most likely, because, well, it's the closest. I think that is it. You can't shoot anything. I don't want to do anything with the cav, so... yeah. That's looking like it. I'd rather not have the Oxford sitting here getting shot in the face by cannons, but... But all things... better that than my whole line collapsing. So for now... that is gonna be it. So let's push on to the melee, of which we got a few. Up here we got you and you to try and... it's not going to do much, but you get off my little knoll. My knoll. Now, the Prussians. So, next turn. With the arrival of August Hiller's brigade, the 16th Infantry Brigade, and it's going to be probing into the Bois de Paris, just ahead of the release of the 4th Corps. Still, things are not terrible, despite my losses of, nearly 13,000? Not quite, actually. What is it? Nearly 11,000 men overall. To his 6,900. So I have lost a lot of troops. I've been quite unfortunate with my guns, and sloppy with my guns as well. I've been really sloppy with my artillery until this moment. But now my guns are literally saying, if you want to advance, you're going to lose a lot of men. So, however, it is not over, because with the Prussians and Grouchy soon to be getting involved, it can swing like crazy. So I am going to have the 3rd Corps as a whole look to fight with Grouchy, probably with the 2nd Corps as well. I got to keep him away from Mont Saint-Jean. I've got to keep him away from Waterloo. Which will allow the 4th Corps and the 1st Corps to really help the Anglo-Allied army by digging into the French flank. So from now, our position is decent. We're ready. We're waiting. We just need time for the Prussians to arrive. So for now, I thank you for watching once again. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please consider hitting that thumbs up, subscribing, or leaving a comment. Let me know how bad I'm doing. Let me know how good I'm doing. Let me know if what you're seeing is interesting, how I can change my video style to make it less of a drag or more interesting, or just anything in general. But until next time, I am your host, and I will see you all soon. So until then, bye bye for now.